If you get the sire out, don't wait on us. Just go. If we don't see your car in the lot, we'll assume that you've overlapped. If the car's still here, we'll head to the basement.
Pick some locks.
Fox, Candi, and Jackson first. It is a bit tougher of a lock than you expected. Certainly more security on this door than the outside door. But it clicks open and reveals a short hallway that ends in a staircase down. In the hallway is a cleaning supply closet, restroom, and a filing room. There is another door on the opposite end of the hall with a sign showing stairs.
Are there tags on any of the doors? Like name tags?
No, restroom, filing room, custodial. Fox. It's clever in its clumsiness. You spot a long whisker that was tucked into the door near the bottom. It would fall in case the thing was ever open.
Okay, so something put there to double check to see if anyone had opened the door?
Indeed.
Okay.
Licking your finger and using just a little bit of saliva vitae, you're able to stick the whisker back on where it was while you close the door behind you, if you in fact close the door behind you. The sounds of monkeys in boredom, distress, irritation gets louder.
Yep, this is the way to the lab. Let's move quickly, see what we see.
With my heightened senses, could I dampen the hearing and try to heighten my sense of smell? See if I smell what it smelled like when I saw the premonition?
Yes, it smells the same. The sterilized smell with just an undercurrent of animal.
She's probably over here, at least she was, I think.
Downstairs, you see those wire-grated glass windows into the specimen room that is lined with cages. All of them are empty. There is a speaker sitting on the table in the middle of the room, and the screams are coming from it.
Well, that's just plain creepy.
What the actual fuck? It'll cover our footsteps at the very least. Is there a computer that the speaker seems to be connected to, or is it like a wall speaker?
It appears to be a boombox with a CD in it. It doesn't look super high-tech, not at all. There's a door at the back of that room.
Is that the one we want to try, or do we want to keep looking?
Off of the hallway that you're in, there are two other doors, one of which is labeled custodian.
Well, this is clearly not the research lab it was supposed to be. Let's check here first. I'll check that door through the back of the non-monkey room.
Headed in through there, past the speaker, you start to hear something. Thumps. Something behind the door is moving.
Is it just a regular rhythmic thump?
No, it's not rhythmic, it's erratic.
Every so often there's a thump.
Every now and then there's a lots of repeated thumps, and you feel like you can almost hear a voice.
Yeah, I hear that and take a few steps back, gather them close and say, Jackson, there's something through there. I can't make out the voice, but if you want to put your ear up to, you might hear something.
Yeah, I'll dampen my sense of smell again and I'll open up my ears.
The screaming of the monkeys is still playing over the boombox. Do you turn it down or leave it up?
I'll just try to tone it out as best as I can.
Someone is screaming for help.
His eyes will go wide. Do I recognize the voice?
It's a male voice.
Jackson's eyes go wide as he stalks back over to the group quietly. There's a guy in there yelling for help. Can't quite make out what he's saying, but sounds like screams of terror.
Is this an official rescue operation now?
We came here to get my sire in the first place. It already was.
Yeah, but that's one person.
If there's one of them this way, there's probably the rest of them, right?
Don't know the layout. Might be.
I didn't hear anybody else, so if there is someone, they're not making any noise, they're not moving, they're not even breathing, which for us, I can assume they wouldn't breathe.
Yeah, most of the time.
So if there's someone of our nature in there, they're not moving or not talking at all.
Well, Matt's not here, so I can say this isn't a TV show. We can't just grab a whole bunch of people if there's a whole bunch of people here. So we gotta be clear on what we're walking into. We did bring the candy van, but we'll see.
It's very obvious when you
Yeah.
take lots and lots of people.
So I nod to Candi and wait for her to nod back.
Yeah, I will. Not
All right, I open the door.
You've got to the back of the empty animal testing room, hearing distress on the other side, a quick reconnoiter with one another, and then Fox opens it. It looks like it was a locker room or something of the sort. It's got a drain in the middle of the tiled floor. There are 5 chairs. The center of the room has a woman strapped to the chair with an IV in the crook of her elbow. There are receptacles on the side of the chair. About half of them are filled. The other 4 chairs are surrounding her. They have IV bags attached to them. It seems that they are being drained of their blood into more conventional blood bags, but feeding their IV is one of the little ampules, one of the little vitae containers. As vitae drips diluted into their veins, blood, hot and red, is drawn from them. One of them is conscious, facing the opposite direction, but occasionally will throw himself side to side, rocking the chair that he's strapped to, making banging noises. That's what you must have heard.
Jesus.
When he shouts for help the next time, you see one of the 4 in the chairs stir, but only weakly. There is a dim, bare light bulb in the ceiling. It smells of shit and dirt and body odor.
Fox, now is a really good time to decide if we're being heroes here or not.
The woman in the center is wearing a beanie.
Of course she is.
Do I recognize?
You recognize her.
Yeah, as soon as he finishes his sentence and he spots the beanie, Jackson just runs over.
So it looks like vitae is being drained from her and put through blood bags into these other 4.
She is being drained of her vitae into smaller vials that are being fed to these 4.
Okay, she's being drained into vials, and the vials look like they're being hooked up into the 4 to create potentially ghouls at this point. Maybe more at some point.
Yes. But not all of them seem to have survived the process.
Ah, so there are legit corpses here.
It looks like you've got 2 corpses here. 3 if you include the kindred. The one that stirred when the first one yelled for help, and there's that one who seems to be the most vigorous. But you can't get anything from the other 2.
Nothing from the other 2. I go over to the one that had called for help. Okay, calm down. Stay quiet for a minute. We're gonna get you out of here. Just be quiet for a minute. And I check his pulse.
He immediately stops yelling when he sees you and goes to the sort of hushed yelling. Man, you gotta get me out of here. You're fucking crazy, man.
Yes, be quiet, and I will.
He has a pulse.
He has a pulse. Okay.
It's human.
I put a finger up to my lips, just keep him quiet, and I check the person who stirred.
Also has a heartbeat, but it's weak and thready.
Okay, I'll...
You guys like, dude, can you undo the chair? Undo the chair.
Yeah, 1 second. We gotta make sure the escape plan is good. I go over to Candi. Looks like 2 dead. Point a thumb to the weak one. That one's probably not gonna make it. We got this guy.
Yeah, we gotta do what we can. Fuck, this is the last thing fucking needed right now.
I'll go over, undo the thing. All right, we're getting you out of here. You do any shit to give us away, make too much noise, try to run for it out of our cover, you're not going to make it out of here. We are your way out. You get me?
Yeah, I get you. As soon as you've got one of his hands free, he's using it to undo the rest of his,
Yep.
and then immediately runs over to the others and starts undoing them.
As he starts doing that, I put a hand on his shoulder and say, they didn't make it.
It says you. What are you, a doctor?
I've had basic training. I know what a pulse feels like. You want to get out of here? Save your energy.
He will stop and stare at the one that he was in the middle of trying to free. Fuck.
I'm sorry.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah, let Jackson get...
She is in torpor.
Oh.
Uh,
I look to Jackson. Can you carry her?
I can certainly try. As I'm talking, I'm undoing the restraints I assume are on, or I'm pulling out the IV carefully.
I am gathering as many of the vitae vials as I can.
There are a few of those foam holder cases around that you're able
Excellent.
to load them into and head back out.
I'll get up through the door and make sure that whisker is in place and guide people back out.